I was last with you on Tuesday. I had recorded my 2024 Royal Rumble recap prior to the news that came out right before Monday Night Raw hit the air from Tampa. And that news is CM Punk has torn his triceps and it has left the WWE WrestleMania 40 card in limbo. Now, CM Punk obviously did not win the 2024 Royal Rumble, even though myself and a lot of WWE fans thought he would. And, really, I was disappointed in the fact that Cody Rhodes went back to back Royal Rumbles. But hindsight is 2020, and think about what it would have happened, if CM Punk would have went on to win the Royal Rumble, lose his opportunity. Who knows? We might be, in a different spot here. But the fact of the matter is, CM Punk took a future shock from Drew McIntyre early on when Drew McIntyre entered in the Royal Rumble at number 29. CM Punk tore his triceps on that DDT. You could see he was physically hurt. He was beat up. He could barely move. I made a comment on Tuesday that, CM Punk looked like he was injured. He was not moving it, around as well. He looked like he was a beaten and battered man. And so the injury obviously does make sense. Now, the thing with WWE here is WrestleMania 40, as I've talked about, and of course, here we are today. We are approximately 65 days away from the big event in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Philadelphia Eagles. WrestleMania 40. It's the 40th anniversary of the Showcase of the Immortals, the show of shows. It is a big deal. WWE wants to put on the biggest and baddest match card possible for this milestone of an event. And over the past couple of weeks, Seth Rollins, the World Champion against Jinder Mahal, injures not only his meniscus but his MCL. CM Punk injures his triceps. And Brock Lesnar, due to the ongoing Vince McMahon allegations, which if you missed it, I did comment on that on Tuesday. So go back and listen / watch to that segment. But now with Brock Lesnar seemingly out of the picture, Brock Lesnar is not going to be on the WrestleMania card, I'm assuming. CM Punk is not going to be on the WrestleMania card. So it leaves this void here with Seth Rollins where WWE has a multitude of options. Now, on Monday Night Raw, Seth Rollins came out and made a very compelling case to the 2023 and 2024 Men's Royal Rumble match winner, the American Nightmare, to challenge him for the World Heavyweight Championship. Though, again, I think we all do realize Cody Roman 2 is taking place night 2 main event at WrestleMania. I have a bunch of theories on that match. Cody could win, Roman could win. I talked a little bit of that on Tuesday. Talked about that championship rings with Josh Younger Tuesday night, and I will continue to throw my theories out there as we get closer to the big show. But what you do with the World Championship now is really interesting, and I think there's a couple options WWE could go. Option is sort of number one is hey, listen, Gunther's scheduled WrestleMania opponent, Brock Lesnar, he's not available. Seth Rollins' is scheduled WrestleMania opponent, CM Punk, he's not available. Let's put Rollins and Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, title for title, as well with the Intercontinental Championship. You could also do a triple threat match, I believe, between Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, and Drew McIntyre. We know Drew McIntyre is desperate to get back the World Championship. We know Drew McIntyre is so happy he prayed for CM Punk to get injured. He does not like CM Punk taking back over his WWE spotlight. And then Sami Zayn, the underdog from the underground, never got a chance to hold the Undisputed Championship, even though he was going after it with Roman Reigns. Obviously last year at Elimination Chamber. To have Sammy come back, Thor Drew McIntyre, who's been a thorn in his side, and to finally capture the World Heavyweight Championship, I think would also be a compelling story. And then I think you have the wild card, which is, hey, you know what, Seth Rollins, you've been a soldier for us. You were the first World Heavyweight Champion as the championship has made its return to the company. You brought prestige to the championship right away. It was a great championship reign, but you're injured. And as much as we want to put you on the WrestleMania 40 card, we want to sort of save the dream match between you and CM Punk, whether it's at SummerSlam or whether it's at WrestleMania 41. Don't force yourself, because if you go out there at WrestleMania, in a match that originally wasn't scheduled and you hurt yourself, that could damage our long-term plans. Maybe Rollins does need surgery that we don't know about. Maybe they have Seth Rollins go out, either vacate the World Heavyweight Championship or get cashed in by Damian Priest prior to WrestleMania. That sets up a World Heavyweight Championship match, I believe, between Judgment Day members Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Finn Balor is so upset once the Judgment Day eventually lose their undisputed tag team championships to, I'm assuming, Awesome Truth. Even though I think the Creed brothers is a great candidate for. I think Awesome Truth all of a sudden has become very popular with the R-Truth Judgment Day storyline, and with Judgment Day kicking R-Truth out recently, it does look like they're going to go for the tag titles. So Finn Balor becomes so jealous that Damian Priest doesn't give a damn about their tag team anymore since he won the World Heavyweight Championship. That there's your Judgment Day breakup. I would think that Damian Priest becomes the face in this scenario, Finn Balor as the heel. I thought, both these men, to be honest with you, both played better as heels, though I think Priest got a little bit more over as a face than obviously Balor did. But with that being said, I think that's an option. Damian Priest defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Finn Balor, who has also went on a chase for the World Heavyweight Championship and had a grueling rivalry with Rollins for the strap over the summer. So there's a lot of options. Certainly, a lot is on the table. It's very disappointing for CM Punk. This has sort of been the knock on CM Punk since he returned to professional wrestling in 2021. Whether he got injured in AEW, not once, but twice. And of course, the second time led to the Brawl Out incident at All Out 2022. And, whether it's the fighting backstage with Jack Perry or then coming back to WWE and in his first televised match, 10 years to the day that he walked out of the company, tearing his triceps, is just a terrible story and terrible timing with WrestleMania on the horizon. Again, WrestleMania 40 is supposed to be a historic event for WWE, and you're losing, Gunther Lesnar, Rollins, Punk, two major matches, and Roman Reigns and The Rock doesn't look like it's happening. It looks like it's going to be Roman and Cody too. So those, three matches, Gunther Lesnar, Punk Rollins, Reigns Rock, all three of those matches that we all thought could have been on the WrestleMania 40 card, maybe pushed back a year to WrestleMania 41, which now all of a sudden looks like a fantastic card that could potentially take place in Minneapolis, Minnesota, home of the Minnesota Vikings. But I'm a big CM Punk fan. I thought he should have never came back to AEW in the first place. I believe WWE is his home. We saw it in his promo on Monday Night Raw, the authentic reaction of Punk. And the WWE fans are very similar to Cody Rhodes when he came back in 2022. Cody Rhodes was getting booed out of the building in AEW. He is the most beloved, over babyface. So many people want to see him dethrone the tribal chief. CM Punk, a lot of people thought would get a mixed reaction when he came back to WWE, and it's been overwhelmingly positive. Oh, I like Cody Rhodes. Fans are cheering for CM Punk. It sucks. This was his year in the main event WrestleMania, and as he said, it just wasn't in the cards. But if Cody Rhodes finishes his story this year at WrestleMania, it gives Punk the opportunity to finish his story next year. And again, as for the World Heavyweight Championship, I'll be very interested to see the options WWE decides, because there are a lot of intriguing options. There's a lot of guys on the Monday Night Raw roster that could either be gunning for Seth Rollins or a potential new World Heavyweight Champion. Like that clip from the Brand's World Podcast? If so, make sure you go down there and hit that subscribe button. While you're down there hitting the subscribe button, make sure to also hit the notification bell so you never miss another upload. And make sure you check out all the other clips from the Brand's World Podcast right here on YouTube.